Long story short, this was in Canada. These family members had purchased a massive plot of land and they wanted to change it up a little bit to make it work for their lifestyle. What they were doing was leveling out the land. There were a lot of hills and dips and they needed some of it to be level. In this process, they uncovered two 12-foot human skeletons. They ended up notifying authorities because, of course, if you find skeletal remains in your property, yeah, you gotta tell it to somebody. When the authorities that they notified came out and saw the size of these skeletons, those authorities then called in somebody else, and I'm not 100% sure on who it is, but I promise you I'm going to ask my other family members and see if they can give me more details and refresh my memory on who was called in next. But once this second party authority arrived on scene, they immediately removed the skeletons, took them off the property, and those family members never heard or received any updates or any information on where they went or what they actually were. My family members saw them. They saw they were human skeletons and they were 12 feet long. But you actually hear about this a lot when anything interesting is found or any artifact or skeletal remains are found that go against, the normal timeline of history that we were told. These things just disappear. They're taken away, they're studied, but you never hear of them or see them displayed. Anyways, like I said, I'm going to go have some conversations with some family members and get some more information because I remember somebody mentioning that a news article was posted about it, but this was over 2 decades ago, so I'm going to see what I can find and give you more information once I get a hold of it. Giants are real. Yay. Question the mainstream narrative. Always question it. And if you watch this far, hi, I've lived in a couple different haunted houses. I've learned more about the history of my family and that we have deep ties to the occult. There may be a familial curse. I've experienced a lot of crazy things in my life, and that's just one of the interesting stories attached to my family. I've shared quite a few others, scary